This edition of MacVoices is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes software that helps you and your team get more done, faster, and better. Jira helps you manage the tasks that make up your project. Confluence helps your team work on those projects without spinning their wheels or overlapping their efforts. HipChat keeps your team in touch with each other by audio and video chat, no matter where they are, no matter what device they choose to communicate on. Bitbucket helps the team collaborate on the code that makes up your project so that you get to the finish line faster and easier. Your team needs these products to be competitive and stay competitive in an increasingly competitive market. At WWDC this year, I was surprised to find out just how often the subject of project and team management came up, and how often at least one of Atlassian's products were mentioned. Visit Atlassian.com right now to download free demos, try out the apps for yourself, and find out what Atlassian can do for you. That's Atlassian.com to learn more about Jira, Confluence, HipChat, Bitbucket, and all the Atlassian apps. The software that helps you and your team team up to create what's next. Thanks to Atlassian for their support of MacVoices. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. We're in San Francisco for WWDC and the AltConference. I ran into an old friend, Paul Levine, who I talked to back in the Macworld days, and now here he is at AltConference. Hey, it's great to see you, Paul.
It's always great to see you. I want to go back and compare our old videos with this one and see how much we've changed and see, just how much we've grown. I think we look the same. I think we look exactly the same that we did 10 years ago.
I don't think there's any question that any gray you see is just the lighting, right?
I think so,
yeah. It's purely lighting. So what are you up to now?
So we've been working on EverWeb, which is our iWeb replacement, our website builder. I'm really excited about it because we're coming out with an amazing blogging platform where you're going to be able to design your website with complete flexibility and then also blog from anywhere. And it's going to be the only one of its kind. You can't do that with any other tool out there, and we're really excited about that.
Okay, now you just mentioned iWeb, and believe it or not, there are people that probably aren't going to remember iWeb. It was a web publishing platform that Apple sunsetted. Is that the reasonable term?
Yeah, I'd say that's a reasonable term. It's interesting because we have so many people who relied on it, and they were moving to other products, whether it's WordPress or something similar, and they just don't like it. It's not as easy to use. It's more technical. To set up a WordPress site, it's more technical. Your sites are going to get hacked. You don't have that design freedom that you get with a native application that you can download to your computer. There was a reason why so many people loved iWeb, and now we took it, we made it more professional, and we made it for the business user, the photographer, the doctors, the lawyers, anybody. Anybody can now build a website with complete design flexibility.
Now, back in those days, wow, so it sound old. Back in those days,
back in my day.
Yeah. The choices were rather limited as to web publishing platforms. Right. If you wanted to write HTML, you could do anything you wanted. But now we have so many choices. And other than the product you're just talking about that we're not ready to talk about yet, what distinguishes EverWeb and the approach of that with some of the online services or some of the other products?
The thing that I really love about EverWeb is that you have complete design flexibility and how you can design your website however you like. It's not going to look like every single website that's already out there. So you could put elements anywhere you want on the page. There's absolutely zero technical skills. You don't need to know anything. All you need to know is how to launch the program and just drag and drop text or images around. And I think it's really the easiest website builder to use. It's a native application, so you download it to your computer, and which makes it much faster. So it's faster, it's easier, takes absolutely no skills to start building a website. Anybody can use it to build a website.
How much coding do I have to know?
For you, nothing. Actually, nobody needs to know any coding. You do not have to. You could if you want to. You can actually extend it, and that's the beauty of it. Let's say you want to put a little extra something on your website. You have complete flexibility to add anything you want there. But you don't need to know any coding to build a really professional, beautiful website. And the great thing too is that we have hundreds of third-party add-ons that you can add to your website to add really cool effects to your site, whatever it might be, whether it's a parallax scrolling or any type of new trendy design element. You could do that with these add-ons. And we built EverWeb so that you can do that. You can add, third-party developers can make their own add-ons, and there's actually no limit really to what you can do with it.
How about hosting? Is this something that I buy hosting from you, or I take to a hosting company and upload it there?
You could do either. And what we've done is we've made it really easy to use with your existing web hosting client, but we've made it even easier to use with our web hosting. You don't need to fiddle with FTP details or anything like that. You just use your email and your password that you used when you signed up, and EverWeb just takes care of everything. It uploads everything for you to our servers. Or if you do want, you can use your own hosting, but if you want a complete package where everything just works, you'll have absolutely no problems, you can use our one-click publishing.
Okay, we have to get down to cost, as always. What does it cost for EverWeb? What does it cost for hosting? How much bandwidth do I get? All of that.
So you can have EverWeb with the web hosting starting at $100 per year, and that gets you unlimited websites on 2 gigabytes of file space with 25 gigabytes of bandwidth. But we have all of the packages that you could upgrade to, and for however big your website might be. If you just want the software, it's $80, and you can publish it to any web hosting provider that you want.
To go on with the pricing thing for just a second, obviously this being a podcast, audio or video, do you have solutions where you can store a lot more, have a lot more file storage and therefore more bandwidth going out?
Yeah, definitely. We have a bunch of different packages that you can upgrade and change whenever you want. And the other beautiful thing about our service is that you have 24/7 phone and email support. So we're always there to help you with any problem that you have. We have over 300 minutes of free YouTube videos, a step-by-step SEO search engine optimization course to help you get more websites to your visitors, and pretty much everything you need to build your website. That's why it's called EverWeb. So it's everything you need to build your website.
That's great. And you guys, at this point, one of the hesitations, I think, is just what happened with iWeb. It'll be abandoned. You guys have been around with EverWeb for a long time. You're not going anywhere.
Well, now you're making me feel old, because we've been making Mac software since 1999, and that sounds kind of crazy. And we've been through a lot of changes with Apple and their products, and EverWeb now is our baby. We love it. We love developing it. We have updates we've been doing consistent updates every month, 1 month or 2 months. And yeah, EverWeb was first released about 3 years ago, and we've been improving it ever since. We have more updates than anybody else, and we're really happy about that.
Paul, it's so good to see you. Before I forget it, where do we send people to learn more?
You can go everwebapp.com, or you can just search EverWeb in Google and you'll find us. And there's a free download. You could use it. There's no restrictions. You just need to pay to publish your website. But you could preview it, you could test it, and you could start building your website right now.
Wow, that's a really nice feature. So I can do as much design as I want, and I don't get charged until I actually put it live.
Right. Once you're ready to publish, then that's when you pay. And in the meantime, we have a really lively discussion forum where we have thousands of users there. You can ask questions there. You can email us, call us, anything you need. We're always there 24/7.
Let's not make it so long between times.
Sorry?
Let's not make this so long between times. This is fun.
This is fun. We just got to do this more often. I think maybe next week. What do you say?
I'm
on a weekly basis. You think?
Yeah. That'll work. That'll work. Good to see you.
Very nice seeing you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you,
folks. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. More from San Francisco at the AltConf. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes, links to subscribe, and to connect with Chuck on Twitter, Google+, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, SoundCloud, the MacVoices blog, the MacVoices Dispatch, our weekly newsletter, and on MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard that helps you do more with your Apple tech. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com, bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.